Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, can you hear me? Yes, you can hear my voice. Yes, okay. So yesterday we have came across the plant kingdom, and in the plant kingdom we have discussed regarding various concepts. Now with this, in the last part of the plant kingdom, as we have came across angiosperms, in the angiosperms, let us talk about the flowers and let us see the parts of a flower in the angiosperms. Okay, so as far as this angiosperms is concerned, so let's look at the parts of the angiosperms here. Okay, now here in its parts, now if we look at its structure here in a rough sketch, if we look at the flower, okay, now here is the base. Here we have the green color parts. Okay, then okay, now here there might be the presence of the stamens. Right, so this is in a typical angiospermic plant. Now here if we look at the angiospermic plant, now what are the parts that we can see here? Okay, now here at the base, this is said to be the pedicel. Then this one is the sepal. This is the petal, and here we have this is the first part, stigma. The second part, style. The third part is the ovary. All these three together we call it as a pistil. Or carpel. Okay, so pistil or carpel, and on the other side, now here we call this as the anther, and the second part is the filament, and the both together we call it as stamen. That means here if we look across the structure of a flower in an angiosperm, we will find majorly 4 parts. So how the 4 parts have been divided? Now here if we look at those 4 parts, so we can identify or write in this way. So the first one we can call it as a accessory walls. And in the second, we can call it as reproductive walls. The second one is said to be the reproductive walls. Okay. Then what are the accessory walls which are present in a flowering plant? Now here accessory walls are sepals, and petals. And the reproductive walls are, so here we have examples of reproductive walls: stamens and pistil. Okay, so stamen or a pistil. Okay, now here you can easily find the difference. Correct. So totally there are 4 walls. 4 walls are 4 parts of the curriculum. 4 parts of what? 4 parts of a flower, right? In an angiosperm. Then out of these 4 parts, we just divide. This now hand divided antandre ಒಂದು accessory whorl or extra floral parts. We can call it as an extra floral part. Now this is the most important because based on a single flower, you have a big chapter in second PUC, but its basics are there in the first PUC. Okay, so flower ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅದರ parts ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. So you know it very well regarding the parts. Okay, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ extra additional ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Okay, if you know it, it's very well and good. Okay, now here sepals, petals. Sepals ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು term calyx ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ, petals ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು term corolla ಅಂತಾನೂ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Okay, so sepals, what is the color of the sepal? It is a green in color. It is green in color. What is the color of the petal? It is a colored one. It is colored one. That means sepals are green in color. Its major function is protection. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೂವಿಗೆ ಮೊಗ್ಗಿನ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮೊಗ್ಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. Petal is for what purpose? As the petals are very bright in color, this is for the attraction. Okay, so look at these two things. Sepal is for protection, petal is for attraction. Yes, look at this. Then petals will attract whom? They will attract the insects. For what purpose? Right, insects attraction mado karana for the pollination. Paragasparsha anta ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, for the pollination. Yes, okay, this is for the petals. ಇವು ಎರಡು accessory ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ because they do not take place in reproduction process, but they help to attract the insects for the process of pollination. Then reproductive walls, look at the two terms there, stamens, pistil. Okay, stamens ant bandaga it is made up of 2 parts. What are those? First part, a long thread like structure, filament, and bilobed anther. Anther bilobe idraga pollen grains production ಮಾಡುವಂತ part ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ it is a anther lobe. Yes, so this is the anther lobe. These anthers are going to produce what? Pollen grains. So they are going to produce yellow color pollen grains. So pollen grains production agudu anther ಒಳಗಡೆ. Okay, they produce the pollen grains. Okay, then That pollen grain we call it as a male gametophyte. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು male gametophyte ಅಂತನೂ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. But just simply remember that anthers are going to produce pollen grains. Okay, then comes the female part. Let us come for the female part. Male part, androecium. Androecium consists of what? Stamen, and stamen is made up of two parts, filament as well as anther. Then female part is said to be gynoecium. Gynoecium consists of pistil or carpel. Now here these carpel or a pistil consists of three parts. What are those? First part stigma, second part style, and the third part is ovary. Stigma is the first part where it receives the pollen grain. Pollen grain receive madkoda. Style, long tube-like structure, helps in transport of the pollen grains. Ovary illada base ಒಳಗಡೆ flower base is made up of ovary. That's why ovary is said to be the basal swollen part ಅಂತನೂ ಕರೀತೀವಿ of a pistil. Then ovary ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ಏನು? Yes, ovary ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತದ ovule ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Okay, so let me go for it. Inside the ovary ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸುವಂತದ ovule. ಈ ovule ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. Let me take here outside. This is the ovule. ಈ ovule ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು embryo sac. This is the embryo sac. This has the embryo sac. Okay. Okay, inside the ovule, the structure that you see here, the entire structure now this is the embryo sac. Okay, it is said to be embryo sac. Embryo sac is said to be the female gametophyte. It is called as female gametophyte because it consists of egg. ಇದರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತದ egg cell ಅದ. ಅದು egg cell ಎಲ್ಲದ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇರುವಂತದ. Okay, so let me show it with a red mark here. This is the egg cell. Pollination ಯಾವುದರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಆಗ್ತದ? Now one is by the anthers. ಈ anther production ಮಾಡುವಂತವು ಏನು? The anthers will produce pollen grains. Anther pollen grain production ಆದಾಗ, so through the insects or through the wind, they will fall on the stigma. They will travel here into the style. They will reach the ovary. During that process, the pollen grain, suppose if this is a pollen grain, this pollen grain consists of male gametes with nucleus. This pollen tube tayar ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಈ pollen tube ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ovule ಒಳಗಡೆ reach ಆಗ್ತದೆ. It enters here. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ತಯಾರಾಗುತ್ತೆ. This is said to be the pollen tube. ಈ pollen tube ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಿಕೊಂಡು embryo sac ಒಳಗಡೆ it releases the male gametes. Then the process of fertilization occurs. ಯಾವಾಗ fertilization ಆಗ್ತದ, male nucleus and a female nucleus egg cell ಎರಡು fuse ಆಗ್ತಾವ. That process is called as fertilization. After fertilization, flower is converted into fruit. Flower is converted into fruit. Okay, so we are coming across those two terms also. Okay, our terms ki now ek baron. Now let us come to that term. Now what is a fruit? And what is a seed? Illo namak question baron. Fruit means it is the fertilized ovary forms of fruit. Seed is fertilized ovule. That means after fertilization anantara, okay, you can look at the diagram. Illi idu ovule ide structure kanisatla. It's the structure of a ovule. Now the structure that you are seeing here, this is the structure of a ovule. Entire structure idಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? This is the structure of a ovule. ಈ ovule fertilization ಆದ ನಂತರ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ? When it gets fertilized, it forms into seed. That means fertilized ovule forms a seed. ಆಮೇಲೆ ovary ಇಲ್ಲೇನದಲ್ಲ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಗ ovary. This ovary forms a fruit. Ida fruit I cannot. Yes, this is one extra thing which I wanted to tell you with respect to angiosperms. Fine. Okay. So here we are going to complete our plant kingdom and we are moving on to the animal kingdom. Okay. Fine. If you need, you can take the screenshot here. Yes. If you need, you can take the screenshot. Otherwise, not necessary. Ella pratiyondu baribekantenilla. ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೊಸದು ಏನಾದರೂ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದನ್ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. Then you can take the screenshot. If you won't get time, ಎರಡು simultaneously ಮಾಡೋದು ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೆಯೋದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕೇಳೋದು ಅಂತ ಟೈಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ just take the screenshot. Okay, Rakshita message me after the class. Okay, so you can take the screenshot and later on after the class write it in a notebook, in a biology notebook. Okay. And these all are the basics which are going to help you for your first PUC as well as second PUC. Okay, fine, right? Then comes the fruit and seed. Fruit and seed definition gotta. Fertilized ovule forms the seed. Fertilized ovary forms the fruit. Okay, andre hoovinindana kayi agbo. Okay, now let me go to the next new slide. Okay. Yes. Now here I want to go towards the next kingdom. The next kingdom is kingdom Animalia. Okay, now here I am going to discuss regarding some phylums, yes, of chordates as well as non-chordates. Okay, yes, Shalini Pawar, after seed it becomes embryo. Correct. After seed alla, after fertilization aad nantara zygote agtada. Zygote develops into embryo. Embryo dinda finally seed I convert agtada. Idu sequential order. Akash Patil message me after the class. Okay, right. Now let's go to the kingdom Animalia, and today we are just looking at the total phylums that we are coming across the animal kingdom. Okay, now here first let me start with the non-chordates. Which is also called as invertebrates. Okay, ಇವಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಅಕಶರಕಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ, right, in the kingdom Animalia. And as we know, the basic difference between chordates and non-chordates. Shiv Kumar Kokatnur, my WhatsApp number 9986133418. Everyone knows it. Yes, 9986133418. Okay. Yes. Now, on what basis we have classified? Based on the presence or absence of notochord. ಈಗ present list basics ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. Okay, presently the basics of kingdom Animalia, non-chordates and chordates ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Basic difference, invertebrates and vertebrates. Okay, ಅಕಶೇರುಕಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಕಶೇರುಕಗಳು. Okay, now let us discuss the phylums. ಇಲ್ಲಿ phylums ನೋಡೋಣ. First phylum, invertebrate, ಅಕಶೇರುಕದ ಮೊದಲನೇ phylum. You are going to study them in detail account in PUC first year only. ಇದೇ ವರ್ಷನ ಕಲಿತೀರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಔಟ್ಲೈನ್ ನಿಮಗ peculiar characters ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಫೈಲಮ್. Okay, under the kingdom Animalia. Yes. So non-chordates or invertebrates, right? So first phylum is phylum Porifera. Okay, second phylum phylum Coelenterata. Third phylum, there is a new phylum Ctenophora. ಇದೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ಫೈಲಮ್ ಅದ Ctenophora. The next phylum Platyhelminthes. ಚಪ್ಪಟೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ, ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ವರ್ಮ್ಸ್. The next phylum Annelida. Next phylum Arthropoda. The next phylum Mollusca. Then next phylum yes. Okay. Yes, Porifera. Then after the Porifera comes the Coelenterata. Then we are going to add the Ctenophora. Then Platyhelminthes. So we have to add one more here in between. Let us add Ascalmenthes. We are taking them in a sequential order. Ascalmenthes, then comes Annelida, then comes Arthropoda, then comes Mollusca, and then comes phylum Echinodermata. Okay, fine. Okay, so these are the phylums. How many are there? 9. Total ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದಾವು? 9. So phylum Porifera, ಇವಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಪಂಜು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Then phylum Coelenterata, ಕನ್ನಡ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Okay, then you can help them out for those who do not know. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು Coelenterata ಕನ್ನಡ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಂತಾರ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, then comes Ctenophora. ಇದು ಹೊಸ ಫೈಲಮ್ ಆಡ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂತ, it's a new phylum that is added. Okay, then fourth phylum Platyhelminthes, flat worms, ಚಪ್ಪಟೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು. ಇದು ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Okay, then Ascalmenthes, round worms ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ, ದುಂಡ ಹುಳಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಗುಂಡ ಹುಳಗಳು ಅಂತಾನೂ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Yes, then after that Annelida, ringed worms ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ, ಬಾಡಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ರಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ, annuli ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Then Arthropoda, yes, Arthropoda insects ಬರುವಂತದ್ದು. Mollusca, soft bodied animals ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ, shelled animals ಅಂತಾನೂ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Echinodermata, last one Echinodermata, spiny animals like the starfish. Okay, now Mahalakshmi, Savalgi, what about the 10th phylum Hemichordata? ಅದು ಇನ್ವರ್ಟಿಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಆ ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Yes, we are going to study it later after these 9. Yes, the 10th one is added one that I am going to tell you later. Okay, fine. Now let us take one example. ಒಂದೊಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ examples ನೋಡೋಣ. Next other peculiarities ಬರುವಂತದ್ದು. Okay, so porifera example. Porifera. So let us take the example here. Cycon. Okay, spongilla. Euspongia. Last examples bartava. Lot many examples are there. We are taking only few examples here. Then Coelenterata. If you look at the Coelenterata, examples for the Coelenterata: Hydra, jellyfish, Aurelian territory, Ctenophora, Ctenoplana, Platyhelminthes, flatworms example ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ. Then we have tapeworm, then liver fluke, yes, planaria. All these are examples. Ascalmanthus example, roundworms. ಇದಕ್ಕ ascaris ಅಂತಾನೂ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. It is said to be ascaris. Annelida example, earthworm, yes, leeches, arthropoda example, insects like grasshopper, then scorpion, spider, honeybees, mollusk example, Unio, Phyla, octopus, Echinodermata example, starfish, then sea urchins, sea cucumber, etc. Okay, now these are the few examples where we have studied it. Okay, so these are the few examples. Okay, Unio shelled animals on the karithi. Okay, they are shelled animals. So whatever the examples you have given, most of them are correct only with respect to the respective phylums. Okay, so if you want this, take the screenshot, take the snapshot of this. Okay, again don't ask anantaradalli siglilla anta helbadri. Yes, take the snapshot. Okay, fine. Now the thing is, out of these 9 phylums, ಈ 9 ಫೈಲಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತದ peculiarities ಬಗ್ಗೆ we are going to discuss. Darshan, where human beings are vertebrates or invertebrates. Think over it. Yes, here I have given you the list of only invertebrates. Invertebrates ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ನಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ನಾವು ಎದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ? ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಡೇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡೇಟ್ಸ್. Yes, okay. So that those examples we are going to take it later, right? Varshini, very good. We are chordates ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂಡಂತ examples, only few examples are there which belongs to invertebrates, and still many more examples are there which is given in your NCERT also, along with there some scientific names also, right? And regarding these part and the detailed account of the kingdom Animalia along with its most peculiar characters, very peculiar characters, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಫೈಲಮ್ದಾಗ ಇರುವಂತ. So that special character we'll see it on a special day on Wednesday, tomorrow. So here we are going to end up with the class. So see you tomorrow. Thank you.